Mahaganapatin manasa smarami Mahadevamudam shirasa namami Mahaganapatin manasa smarami. Right after the few verses, in the second chapter, you have this particular important verse. This verse has certain words. All of them are born of more or less the same root with the same meaning, roots with the same meaning, two roots with the same meaning. In the list of roots of grammar, Paninian grammar, the first root is bhu sattayam. This is listed by Panini as an appendix to his body of grammar sutras. Bhu sattayam. The root bhu is used in the sense of being, in the sense of existence. In English, the equivalent is, which becomes are and am. Understand? He is, they are, plural. But really speaking, that is and are, they are, is silly. Existence is the same, but still, just to point out the number, you use a plural verb. In existence, there is no plurality. Is, are, you are, again are. You are, he is, she is, it is, thank God, there it doesn't change. But in Hindi it changes. In Hindi, also it doesn't change. If you say hi, it doesn't change, I think. Purusha, hi. Stri, hi. A thing, a cheese, hi. Thank God. Yeah, atma hai. Then that is different. So, then is, my who you say. But then, that is like I am. So, I am, you are, he is, she is, all these am, is, he, is, are, has the same meaning. There is no second meaning. This is called satta. Bhu sattayam. When you talk about a fact, vartate, bhavati. When you say bhavati, 1 plus 1, 2 bhavati. So we generally say 1 plus 1 is 2. Correct? That is the correct thing. Some people say becomes 2. These are the people who get into samsara, understand? 1 plus 1 becomes 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. That's the truth. There is no becoming here. But anyway, that is a becoming. 1 plus 1 is 2. That is the meaning of bhavati. From the bhu, the root bhavati is saha bhavati, sa bhavati, tad bhavati. Everything is bhavati, singular bhavati. Plural bhavanti, they say, meaning is the same. This is one root. Bhu sattayam. Then there is another root, as, that is also meaning is satta, asti. So bhavati and asti. In fact, they are all the same, almost the same root it is. Asti, if you say also bhavati, is asti. Same meaning, bhavati. So Panini puts this root first because he is talking about the truth. He is making a prayer there. That is why he put the bhu first, sattayam first, kind of a prayer. What exists, exists. Everything else is as we will see what it is later. So that sattha is presented by Panini at the beginning of the list. It's very interesting. Panini's presentation of the entire grammar also, he has, in terms of prayer, if you look at it, it's very interesting, perhaps later we'll see. So, bhu sattayam. Now, when you say sat, means asti. Bhavati, if you say, bhavaha, same meaning, is. So, two different forms of words having the same meaning he has used in this particular verse, like Purnamadav Purnamidam. There only one word. So with one word, the whole presentation is there. Adav Purnam, Idav Purnam, Asmat Purnat, Idam Purnam. So Purnasya, Purnatvena, Purnam, Purnatvena Grihitva, Purnameva Vashishyate. This can be the greatest confusion or greatest revelation. It all depends upon which head is looking at. So now here, let us look at the verse. This is right at the beginning. First, so after Asochan and Vasochastam, which is the beginning of the teaching, after 4 verses, this is the verse. Very important verse. What? I don't think Arjuna understood here. He explains the whole thing in the chapters later, but he puts it right at the beginning itself to give Arjuna a shake-up. And the verse is, the morning I quoted this verse. No. Asataha bhavaha na vidyate. I should put it in a form, in a sentence form. Asataha bhavaha na vidyate. Na is in the beginning. Nasato vidyate bhavaha. Bhavo. Abhavaha na bhavo vidyate sataha. Sataha abhavaha na vidyate. You must read the commentaries. Book, you must be having a Gita book, you know? You should read the commentary in all these books. Every one of you must be having some Gita book. You should read this. Not in the Gita home study, don't read that. That is all peculiar book it is. But read in the book that you have got. That is where you will see. And wherever there is commentary, you should read that also. Yeah. You should read that. Do you know what is written there? I know this very well. For the non-existent, asataha, for the non-existent, there is no existence, no bhava. For the existent, there is no non-existence. And those who know these two things very clearly, and well, and these things are seen, the truth of these is seen, these two is seen by whom? By those who know the truth. Tattva darshivihi. So, non-existence is no existence, correct? We all think it's correct. Non-existence has no existence. It's true. And existence is no non-existence. But that's not true. You know, my great-grandfather was there, existent. He married great-grandmother. They had children. Don't ask me, how do you know? I tell you, they did have children. They did have children. And they were married on a Rahu column. Why? Because to have a grandchild, great-grandchild, to ask a question like this, that must be a very bad day. Married. But he is not there now. You cannot say for the existent abhavaha na vidyate. And you need not say also for the non-existent there is no existence. That is unwarranted. Already you have said it is non-existent, therefore you need not say asataha bhavaha na vidyate. And you cannot say sataha abhavaha na vidyate. Because what is existent doesn't have non-existent, you cannot say, because all existent things have gone. And therefore even Lord Yama is called a clearing agent. He goes on clearing people, clearing things away. Old trees are gone. Old people are gone. Old jantus are dying. New ones are born. Not to be all the time, just to be for some time. And then they are going to be gone. In fact, they exist going all the time. This is called existence. Being bound by time, going all the time. This fellow is existing. In fact, he is changing all the time. You don't see the same person at the same time. In fact, you don't see the person of this time at all. So the Swami that you see is the one who is some fraction of, big fraction of a second, by not 1 second or something. Why? Because time, this light travels 180,000 miles per second. Per minute, no? Per second. Per second. And now, this object has to reflect light for the eyes to see. That means this reflected light has to reach your eyes. Your eyes are so many feet away. And this distance is to be covered by the light. Correct? It looks instant. It is not instant. So some distance is covered. And therefore, so you see the Swami, of the last, of the Swami of the previous, some microsecond, So all microsecond away, you are seeing the Swami now. You don't see it. Therefore, what I say, you cannot say the existent things doesn't have a bhava. Same who. Bhava means exists, that which exists. Abhava means non-existence. Same. He is punning on these words. Working on these words. For what he calls asat, There is no, for the non-existent, there is no existence. For the existence, there is no non-existence. Those who know the truth are the ones who know the truth of this. What fires in your head? If nothing happens here, you are safe, I tell you. You are very safe. Then we can work on it. This is why I tell you, this is all a method. One thing is very clear. Let us go for the obvious. Here the person says, Sataha abhavaha na vidyate. Bah, that is the safest thing we should work on. Sataha, what exists, there is no abhava. Then I will say, that which has got abhava is not sat. Your tata and grand tata was not sat. That's why sat vetare. And therefore, you know, in Punjab, when they sing Guru is very big in Punjab. And then they want to say Satguru. Satguru, they won't say Satguru. 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 In Gujarat also, there is one, in Vitatmananda's ashram, there was one gentleman, when Swamiji, I go there, Satguru Maharaj ki Jaina. In Tamil, Satguru means dead Guru. Satguru. So here it is very clear, whatever that has got abhava has no sat. Very clear, there is not any shloka which is more clear than this. This verse is telling the truth and telling it very clearly. Sataha abhavaha na vidyate. From that, what do we understand? If there is anything sat, it doesn't have abhava. It has no abhava. Abhava means what? Absence. Non-existence. It is not subject to absence. From that, what do you derive? What is subject to time, what is subject to absence is not sat. Clear? Little some firing is there. What is subject to time? Subject to time means what? What is subject to absence, let us say. What is subject to absence is not sat. This absence is an excellent word. It is not that total absence is necessary. The previous condition is gone. New one has come. That is enough. Anything bound by time is going to be continuously absent. Is going to be continuously absent. What is continuously bound by time? Present now, gone now, gone now. You can look at it two different ways. Is now, is now, is now, is now. That is now, is now, is now should not change. Whatever you say, was then, was then, was then, was then, was then, is called asat. Is now, is now, is now, is now, is now is called sat. So that which is not subject to change whatsoever, in other words, that which is not subject to time, kala, is sat. Abhaditam satyam. From this alone we say, Trikala abhaditam satyam. They say this is truth, witness. Witness of what? Is a historical. Somebody is historical, so what? Everybody is historical, I am historical, you are historical, what does it mean? What does it mean? Doesn't mean history is not truth. History is, what I say, is subject to time. That is why history. What is history? What is history? If you Suppose somebody is angry. If you say this, you will be history. Means what? That means what? You join majority. That means what? You are dead. You make my day. This is what it is. So that's what it is. History has no meaning. That's why we read history, commit the same mistake. Nobody has learned anything from history. They say we all should study history. For what? To become wiser? Nobody seems to have become wiser. Everybody is the same. They were destroying before, now also they are destroying. If they are not destroying, because they are waiting for the time to come. They are lying low. They are lying low. Because they are weak. So whenever they are weak, they are lying low. Whenever they feel they are strong, they do it. When the time comes, they do. That's how it is. Nobody has learnt anything. History doesn't, someone said, history repeats itself. Then why should I read? Let it repeat for me. I don't want to read. History repeats itself. That's the greatest discovery of this man on the earth. History repeats itself. This historical argument, is the silliest argument. About truth, they say. Because it happened in history, therefore it is truth. I say, anything that is not subject to time is truth. Let us redefine this truth, so that we have a common ground to even talk about. Let us look into the definition of truth. What do you mean by truth? It is not your truth and my truth and our truth, etc. If there is some truth, let there be truth, not common truth. Common truth by agreement we can accept, common truth. All of us can be wrong. Therefore, abaditam satyam, that which is not subject to negation, in other words, that which is not trikalepi, tishtatiti sat, that which was there, is there, will be there, not hanging around in time without being affected by time. It is not old truth. So if by tasting the wine, you can understand how long it has been. By looking at a rock, so they have got methods of, this saying that this is so many millions of years old. They can say that. Pick up a bone and they say that this is, they say that 100 million years or something like that. A dinosaur, skeleton, bone, that type. Of course, our fellows who say the world was created 3,000 years ago, there are some redwood trees standing there 10,000 years and all that they say. So 3,000 years ago the world was created. One fellow argued with me in Sacramento. Our Sacramento people are here. Sacramento, they argued with one fellow, argued with me 3,000 years ago. Like this. 3,000 years ago, that is biblical. 3,000 years ago. And therefore, 1,000-year-old, when Jesus appeared, it was only 1,000-year-old, the world, that is what is said there, therefore 3,000-year-old. The world is 3,000-year-old. Then I asked that fellow, hey, what about these bones? He said, we don't accept this fossil tests and all that, carbon tests, we don't accept. Hey, who are you not to accept? It is science, it is. You don't accept 1 + 1, 2 means, what are we going to do? No, even suppose that is true. He asked me this, This is the greatest thing I ever experienced in my life. And that is, you see, I have a lot of experiences. This is something phenomenal. And this was, he asked me, Swami, do you think God was almighty? I said, yes. If you say God is almighty, don't you think that he would have put, when he created 3,000 years ago, some skeletons also? I called truce. I said, no, let it. I asked him, how will you have your coffee? That's it. Argument is over. Let us enjoy a cup of coffee. Let me enjoy your presence here. For a few minutes, of course, I can stand. I have developed patience for this purpose because I know whom I am meeting with. This kind of people all my life I have got to deal with, and therefore I have discovered some patience for half an hour. All this I didn't tell, but this is the fact. And then, how will you have your coffee? Then coffee he takes and he goes, I go my way. Go. And he is going to convince some others also. The world is 3,000 years old. He exists in America. He is not in Rajasthan. Really, it exists in America. It is. There nobody will tell. Because 3,000, some of their houses are 3,000 years old. 3,000 years. In America, in California, in Sacramento, the capital of California. Think of that. An educated person. The unfortunate part of it is son of one of my students. and another most grave part of it was that he was also there present. And then graver part of it was he was present in a class where I presented this particular episode. Yeah. क्या करूं राम? मुझे ऐसा मिल गया. Past, present, future, not hanging around because it keeps changing. So that which is not bound by time, this vast ease has no meaning. And that is Satyam. Let us accept. Otherwise your truth, my truth, our truth. They think it is truth. They use the word truth. They got a magazine called Truth. This is called Truth Revelation, Truth Gospel, etc. You should read all this. So Sat means Satyam or Sat is all the one and the same. So that which is Sat has no change, is not bound by time. And therefore the other side will be, what is bound by time is not Sat. Therefore we got two things now. One is what is bound by time, the other is what is not bound by time. What is this one? Bound by time. So this is what? Asat. This is called Asat. What is Sat? That which is not bound by time. What is this? What is bound by time? Two things we have got. Now we have a new problem. He says, then if it is not Sat, this is not Sat. So if it is not Sat, it should be what? Asat. Anyarte nanj, virodarte nanj, abhave nanj, alpe nanj. What is nanj? Nanj means na. What is na? Means not. Means what? Negative. Negative. So now if you say Sat, it is not. What will you say now? It is not Sat. What is that? Suppose it's not Sat. We will use the same word. It is not Bhava. What do you say? Abhava. It is not Sat. Anyarte. It is what? Asat. It is not Sat. It is called Asat. Therefore, two things we have got. Anya. One is what? Sat. No. Asat. And then Sat is what? That which is not subject to time, which we don't know what it is. All that we know is subject to time. But the definition here is that which is not subject to time. So that which is not subject to time is Sat. That which is subject to time is Asat. The problem is, there are two things now. A thing that exists is called Bhavaha. A thing that exists is Bhava. Means what? This is Bhava. This is Bhava. This is Bhava. All these are Bhava. You are Bhava. I am Bhava. He is Bhava. She is Bhava. Bhava to Bhava marriage. Bhava. This is what we call Bhava. Salt is Bhava. Sugar is Bhava. Everything is Bhava. Bhava, Bhava, Bhava. Kitna Bhava. This is Asat. This is Asat. Because all Bhavas are what? Exist. All Bhavas independently existing. So this doesn't depend upon this, that doesn't depend upon this, and therefore this can exist without this can exist without that, even though you say, so table, chair. We have got these pairs, twosome. These are all twosome, So in our human society, there are certain things are always twosome. What is that? Cup, saucer, twosome. Table, chair. Pen and what? Paper, notebook, whatever. Pen, paper. Now you can think of so many things. Fish and chips. How did I get this? I don't know. This is amazing. I don't know, somewhere it is sitting in the head. I don't know. Where is it? And another thing I discovered, we had a fundraiser, and the other day we had a fundraiser, and in this fundraiser they had served non-vegetarian stuff I never knew. Nobody told me. I think in our fundraiser it is an insult and a slap to me. And therefore in our fundraiser, so non-vegetarian stuff is served. It's amazing to me. How it could be done, I do not know. But then, that's an insult. We don't want that funds. And this kind of, because it's a promotion of something, I'm not for it. I don't like that. Even the idea that somebody is eating, I'm able to put up with in my compassion. That's all. Otherwise, I can't talk to them. And then I have to put a condition. Give up everything, then talk to me. I don't want to put any such condition. It's okay, but don't bring it here. That's an important thing. Anyway, how did this fish and chips went? How did it go inside my head? How did it go? It surprises me. Because twosome go together. Eggs and bacon go together. My God, I got too many things now. They go together. All twosome go together. Okay? Go together. And therefore, understand, even they let us take. Can there be a saucer without a cup? Huh? It is, in fact, they are two different things. So when you get a coffee, a tea, chaya in Rishikesh and other places, they will give you in a cup and separately on saucer also. They are two different things. Saucer is meant for drinking, really. In fact, they have figured it out. Why saucer? More surface, so that easily it becomes, it becomes drinkable. The heat goes away, the temperature is manageable, because more surface, the temperature gets dissipated. That's called entropy. Better entropy. And so, wonderful. They look at it two different things. Cup and saucer. Yeah, there can be a cup without saucer. There can be socks is always a pair, that's why it's always plural. But sock plus lock also is there these days. Because I saw the children the other day, one of them was wearing green sock and blue sock. And so sock, two different sock. Understand? So we have got two things. Therefore, what happened is one sock. So where is the other sock? Then you can ask the question. And the scissors we always use, just always plural scissors we say. But one side of the scissor is not scissors, correct? It is possible. If what connects them is gone, there are two different things. What I say, one doesn't exist invariably in the present with the other. And exactly like this alone, they also exist. Table and chair exist independently. Means the chair doesn't require table to be around, and the table for its existence doesn't depend upon the chair's presence. They are all discrete objects. One is different from the other. Now therefore, asat and sat, two different things are there. And so if these two different things are there, then we have to leave the asat and find out the sat. Sat will become another object. The moment you think of another object, that object will be in time. Why? Because you are the fellow who is looking at one object, you are the fellow who is looking at another object, and therefore this alone, in fact you say sat, but there is no sat. You are looking for another object. That is why nothing works. It cannot be another object. Therefore, the first line you can see now, asataha bhavaha na vidyate. So, what is asat? It has no being of its own. Now you understand? My pot is still here. Now the pot, I said yesterday, in the morning I said mithya. Mithya is what we say asat. So for the asat, there is no independent bhava, independent existence, independent being. So pot has no being. Correct? Pot has no being. The atma of the pot, atma means being. The being of the pot, swarupa of the pot, these are the words we generally use. Swarupa, atma, or the tattva of the pot. Essence of the pot. There is no essence. There is no, what is there is only just this, we use words. in order to reveal something. The being of this pot is in clay, is clay. Correct? Being is clay. What is the distance between clay and the pot? Huh? Mahaganapatin manasa smarami Mahadeva mudam shirasa namami Mahaganapatin manasa smarami.